I'm Pat Ponisa with Automotive Engineering magazine here at the SAE 2014 World Congress in Detroit. We have the pleasure of meeting with Christopher Grundler. He's the director of OTAQ, that's the Office of Transportation and
Air Quality
for the EPA. Welcome.
It's great to be here.
Can you give us a brief overview of OTAQ's role within EPA?
I'd love to. It's great being back here. First of all, I come here every year, and it feels as though we're at home. We have a very strong relationship with SAE. We have many members in my office and presenters here, so we have a very strong presence here again, and that's something I'm very happy about. So OTAQ is the lead office or organization in EPA that worries about air pollution from mobile sources. So that means everything from lawnmowers to locomotives to ocean-going ships and the fuels that power those engines and those vehicles. We are very happy to share with you the fact that we have more engineers and the highest percentage of engineers of any other organization at EPA, and I think that's a good thing.
Excellent. Fuel economy and greenhouse gas emissions regulations out until model year 2025 were adopted in 2012. Would it be accurate to say that OTAQ is spending most of its energy making sure automakers are complying with the annual targets of the CAFE regulation?
It certainly would be accurate to say that we are spending a lot of time. We have to do more than one thing at a time, of course, but this is certainly my office's highest priority because there's so much at stake. I mean, the automakers are investing billions of dollars to develop and bring to market this new clean and efficient technology, and it's a very important part of our job to make sure that those investments are protected and that there's fair competition. The other reason, of course, that it matters is because these new standards are going to be producing enormous benefits to our society, both in terms of our economy, our energy security, and of course to avert the worst impacts of climate change. These standards are going to double fuel efficiency between now and 2025. This sector is doing more than any other sector to embrace this challenge. And so we're very proud to be working with the automakers to make sure that these standards are successful.
There's a provision in the CAFE regulation for possible revision in 2017, the so-called midterm review. How well are the automakers complying up to this point, and does it look like they'll be able to meet the 2025 targets without a midterm revision?
We're quite confident that these standards are feasible and extremely cost-effective. They're certainly challenging, and they go quite a far ways out into the future, which is why we have committed to this midterm review in the 2017-2018 timeframe. So far, things look really good. The industry as a whole is beating these standards. We just did an analysis of the 2014 model year offerings, and 34% of them, of the models offered, already meet the 2016 targets. So that's good news. And what it means is that automakers are taking advantage of the flexibilities in the standards. They're finding the lowest cost ways to comply. And the marketplace is responding. This is what's most encouraging, is that customers are buying more fuel efficiency than the standards require at this point. So we're very confident that the policies and the standards are in fact lining up with the marketplace demands, and we've got the data so far to show it. Now for sure it gets harder, but again there are many different ways to comply with these standards by the way we designed the policy. So we're quite confident. And one of the myths that I always try to bust is that these standards are going to drive the industry to force consumers into smaller vehicles or force us to all buy battery vehicles, and that's just not the case. When we did our analysis a couple of years ago, we predict that the lowest cost scenario to comply with these standards is going to be through advanced gasoline engine technologies and better transmissions and lightweighting. And that scenario predicted that less than 10% of the marketplace in 2025 would be hybrid vehicles or battery vehicles or plug-in hybrid vehicles. So we still think that there is more to be achieved through the internal combustion engine, and the marketplace is demonstrating that through smaller turbocharged engines, multi-speed transmissions, more aerodynamics, better air conditioning. There's a whole set of technologies that are coming to market that are providing these benefits both to the planet and to us as drivers.